Check out Freaky Unc Neil's Mysticism class, Extras Part 3. What kind of lesson will we learn today? Shout out to Merlin Sparrow for these translations. Let's go.
好学的非凡者们，今天继续我们的神秘学课程。
Welcome back.
上节课我们学习了非凡途径，
That's
这节课我们来详细认识一些途径。 第一个途径是克莱恩遵从内心声音，选
Following his heart. That's what Unc Neil thinks, right? Because he's not aware that Klein is able to read Mandarin, and Emperor Rozel's diaries are in Mandarin. Anyways, yeah, he followed his heart, man.
遵从内心声音选择的占卜家途径。占卜家途径的人擅长占卜、灵视等
That's right, he sees stuff,
神秘学知识非常丰富，但早期战斗能力不强。
But it's all right, right? Even though we have bad, combat, abilities, the fact that the clown and whatever, the clown is sequence 8, right? Off of the SEER. And then sequence 7, who knows what that is? But we saw, the clown just going crazy last episode. So the combat capabilities, it's definitely there if we keep climbing the sequences.
能力不强，随着序列升高，能力会越来越神奇。从序列9到序列7。
Oh. Translator's note. Name of SEER Sequence 7 wasn't revealed in the volume 1 of the novel. So if you don't want to know, then skip. That's a lot of skip, bro. All right, so we should skip 130. If you don't want to know about Clown's powers, the Clown finds about them, then skip from... I think that 105 to 130 is fine. I mean, the Clown powers, we've already pretty much seen it, right? We're just going to get a more descriptive one. But the Sequence 7 stuff, so at 130, we will skip ahead to 217.
依次为占卜家、小丑、魔术师。
序
列9占卜家的能力是冥想、
Thank you for the filtering.
和占卜。占卜又包括灵摆法、梦境占卜法、卜障寻物法。
That's right, the tracking stuff.
但缺乏直接的对敌手段。相应的，在神秘学。
It's fine. I feel like it's also kind of funny that we can basically just sit in the back lines and avoid any sort of combat because it's dangerous. So Klein can just be support and let Leonard and what's her name? Leonard and Dally and Dunn fight instead of us.
知识上，占卜家会比窥秘人更博学、更专业。晋升序列8小丑后，具有超强的身体协调性与平衡能力，精准的身。
Wait, what? Okay, we're skipping at 130. Got it. Okay, so this is the clown stuff right now.
精准的身体控制能力，出众的敏捷和速度，
Just fast,
还算可以
dexterous,
的力
strong,
量，
flexible.
擅长技巧性格斗，能够有效掌控面部表情和肢体语言。谎言更容易让人。
And that part is significant. Making your lies all the more believable is so important in the context of the mysterious, the fool who doesn't belong in this era. The ruler of black and yellow. In that realm, in the gray fog, Klein is role-playing as this mysterious entity, and Alger and Audrey are in awe of who this person could be. The better that we can lie and gaslight and manipulate themselves and manipulate them into thinking that we're this divine entity, the better it is for us.
确信新增了直觉预感和化纸张为飞刀的能力。
And that's it right there. 130, we gotta skip ahead. We gotta skip ahead to 217. Now, it's kind of funny that, the SEER pathway, and now there's Clown. Aren't these, carnival shit? What's sequence 7 gonna be? Fucking Beast Tamer? What's sequence 6 gonna be? Tightrope Walker? What's sequence 5 gonna be? Dagger Juggler? When you think about we the whole sucking circus right now. This SEER pathway, if the theme keeps going off of this carnival circus shit, we're straight up gonna be the whole entire fucking circus, man. All right, let's skip ahead to 217. Here we go.
我们再来学习。
Now we're talking about the corpse collector pathway. This is the Dally stuff, man. Dally is powerful, man. The way that Dally was fighting when, Dunn was like, oh shit, this is Dead Soul, bro, and Dead Souls can't dream, therefore our powers don't work as a Midnight Poet and, Nightmare. And Dally was like, all right, I'll pull up with my crazy corpse collecting powers. Is like Dally powerful.
下收尸人途径，我们今天先学习序列9收尸人，序列8掘墓人，以及序列7通灵者。
And that's what Dally is right now. What is sequence 6 and beyond, bro? I swear to God, there's gonna be necrophiliac at some point, man.
弗莱就是序列9收尸人。收尸人具备一定的尸体特质， 整个人显得颇为阴森，体温较低，从而避免被无智慧的亡灵袭击。
If we're a cold temperature and we have a gloomy presence, then corpses don't attack, the undead don't attack us. That's kind of funny.
同时，他们还获得了身体素质的提升，能承受腐烂、寒冷和死亡气息的侵蚀。
That's kind of cool. We get cold resistance, corrosiveness, decay. Basically, we're basically, what's the word? A preserved body.
天然具备灵视，能直接看见部分恶灵。
Oh, they have spirit vision too. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. That's why, Dali was, entrusted to look into Klein's head in episode 1 or 2.
并且了解诸多不死生物的特点和弱处。序列8是掘墓人，体魄更为强壮，灵视更加厉害，身手更为敏捷，能初步沟通附近少量的。
We get like a physical buff. I think the most interesting thing here again is the communication. You can talk with spirits, but are these spirits like supernatural dead spirits? Because man, I just think it'd be so cool if we could converse with people from the afterlife. For example, Emperor Rizal. Could you imagine if we could? And there must be such significant figures and strong people, not just living beings that's dead now, but supernatural deities and gods. If we could somehow converse with them, could you imagine if Klein could pull them in right into our Zoom meeting in the Gray Fog? The knowledge, man, that we could learn, it'd be just crazy.
还有阿霍瓦郡有名的通灵者戴利，他可是短短2年就晋升序列7的天才。序列7通灵者掌握各种与灵相关的神秘学仪式。
I love how whenever she's doing her work too, it's just jump scares every time. Whatever she does, it's just things just pop off and she's shocking Klein. It's just oh my god.
能直接与现实世界的自然灵和徘徊的亡灵沟通，借助不同的灵实现各种魔法，制造超自然现象，还能伪装成活尸。
What? You can disguise himself as a living corpse? The fuck? Dali can just go in a funeral casket and act like a corpse and no one would know. Okay, interesting utility.
忍受腐烂、寒冷、死亡等气息的侵蚀，拥有死亡之眼的能力，能找出不死生物的弱点。还有我们
That's right, finding the weakness. That was really cool, right? I think that was a big point, last episode where it's Dali, you gotta use your powers, find the weakness of spirits and undead creatures. That's huge.
生物的弱点。还有我们停根职业小队里最多人选择的途径，不眠者途径。
That's right, and it's because we have the full sequence potions. I don't know if that means 9 to 1, but Sleepless is the one that you should choose in the Nighthawks because we do have those. It's interesting though that Klein has to go and find those potions now. I wonder why the clown even gave us the name and the hints. Why would he do that? Because the clown was from the Secret Order. And the clown says, I've been already observing you. How much does the Secret Order know about Klein already? Does he know that we transmigrated? Maybe it's just because the clown also is on the SEER pathway that they're familiar with Klein and want to kind of help a kindred soul out. I don't know. It's just very odd that bro just kind of gave us answers. And now we're supposed to go to Hornasius, mountain, and maybe there we can find ingredients or potions or people who are associated with that.
从序列9到序列7依次为不眠者、午夜诗人、梦魇。
It's cool. The Sleepless, Midnight Poet, Nightmare, the powers are sick, but it's just if your enemy doesn't sleep or have dreams, then it's kind of pointless. So if there ever was machinery that we're fighting, robots, you can't really, isn't this powers just useless? Right? These powers only work on Beyonders who, not just Beyonders, but humans who dream. If you have robots that are fighting against you, then you're kind of cooked.
比如我们的队长邓恩，他就是序列7梦魇，能自由地出入极大范围内每一位熟睡者的梦里，强制拉人入梦。这种能力在100米距离内有一定效果，但需要时间逐渐生效。还有伦纳德序列8午夜诗人，擅长格斗、射击、攀爬和感应，也擅长用不同风格的。
What the hell does a poet have to do with climbing, bro? What? Combat, marksmanship, climbing, and perception. I could maybe see perception, but like these three here. Bro, what the fuck does a poet do for combat, marksmanship, or climbing, huh?
攀爬和感应
What?
也擅长用不同风格的诗篇对周围的生灵造成不同的影响。简单来说，就是暴力诗
Violent
人。
poet. Yeah, I can see that, bro. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like poet just, you would think writing and thinking and being inspired and, you know, not fighting, but we're a violent poet, man.
不眠者途径的非凡者，即使在没有光照的条件下，也具备卓越的视力。每天只需3到4个小时的休息时间就足够了。夜晚越深，他们的精力、力量、敏捷和思维、灵感都会愈发超越。
Oh, that makes sense. Nighttime buffs, bro. The deeper the night is, the stronger you are. Whoa. That makes sense. I mean, yeah, I mean, the whole, like, every night goddess stuff, too, right? With the red moon and everything. I'm sure that's just, like, you know, a reflection of, you know, the worship that we have for her and what she stands for and how our powers then, in turn, kind of just, like, get buffed due to that. Now, is the moon red for everybody? Because, like, listen, if you are a worshiper of the Evernight goddess, then it makes sense that, like, your regions, the moon would be red. But isn't it so, like, kind of rude and annoying if the entire world, everyone was also subjected to that same red? Isn't that just obnoxious though, right? Think about that. And I'm sure maybe there's other things that, like, you know, other churches or different, you know, followings that were subjected to that too without any consent. But I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, I wonder if it's just here that the moon is red because, you know, every night goddess or the entire world. That's weird. That's a weird thought. Why is the moon red though? Because the Evernight goddess? But so she went out in space and she made the moon? She is the moon? I don't know, man.
普通人能够敏锐察觉到黑暗中隐藏的未知危险，但代价是容易分不清梦境和现实，导致健忘。哎，偷偷告诉你们，我们的队长邓恩就很健忘。
Literally losing the difference between reality and dreams. The forgetfulness. Bro's getting dementia because he can't tell what's real or not. That's kind of corrosive.
年轻人们，哎，集中注意力，我们还有2个神秘学知识没学完呢。接下来我们来认识一下封印物。
Yeah, the sealed artifacts just kind of got introduced to us last episode out of fucking nowhere, and it's basically like these graded numbers, and they are, what are they, Neil?
封印物是被7神教会搜集并封印的神奇物品，相对于一般的神奇物品，有更强的副作用，既能用来对抗威胁，又可能引发灾难，因此需要加以。
Counter threats cause disaster. I mean, yeah, we had the graded, you know, the sealed artifact, and that helped us, you know, find the association with the person related to the Antigonus family.
而且这里面有一部分的存在非常特殊，本身具备某种活着的特性，会引诱看守者，会影响周围，也会自行逃脱，会造成灾难性后果。封印物按危
They need to be remain sealed. You let them shit out, they're gonna cause disasters outside.
险程度用数字代号进行区分，分别是0到3级。
Got it?
0级封印物是非常危险。
Okay, it's the same number sequence. I'm glad that they kept, you know, the smaller number, the stronger it is, you know, compared to the sequences too. Got it.
险级最高保密等级，1级封印物是高度危险级，可有限利用。2级封印物是危险级，各大城市的中央教堂可保存3到5件。3级封印物是有一定危险级，需小心使用，必须3人以上的行动才能申请。通过数字就该明白它代表着。
To have that kind of security clearance to, you know, borrow these sealed artifacts out from the church, it's pretty dangerous, huh? But I guess, you know, there is a interesting aspect of, again, the utility, the function of it that helps us do more good. So, like, the church, like, takes a risk on having the people to, like, take that shit out. Okay.
这什么？比如2049就是危险级49号封印物。
Oh! Looks like a puppet. Sealed artifact has a property of being alive, able to control living creatures like puppet range, preferentially affects humanoid creatures within 5 meters. Closer they are, the more they're going to be selected by it. Selected will have slow thinking, stiff body, sluggish movements. That's what we had, right? It would like take over people and we had to smack the other person and then it would go on to another one. But as long as you have, you know, multiple people, it's actually not that dangerous. Whenever the artifact encounters descendant of Antigona's family, even if there's only a trace of their presence, like Ray Bieber, he will become extremely excited and his abilities will significantly enhance. And that's why the puppet then I think had like multiple possession mechanic, right? Rather than single, right? That's right, rising 2 at a time. To deal with them, measure can be taken for when more than 3 people use it. They can do the flexions. That's right. It's this arm movement and smack the other guy.
安提戈努斯家族诡异木偶，最后一个神秘学知识。
It doesn't really have to be this. It could literally be anything, right? Because the moment that you're possessed, I guess you would stop doing this motion. So everyone has to have like an NPC animation, and the moment that they stop doing it, it's just like, all right, smack that dude.
符咒就像魔法世界的一次性技能卡片，是具备一定特殊能力，可用于激烈战斗的物品。相比其他魔法道具，符咒的负面效果较少，它必须通过仪式制作，向高位神秘力量祈求力量。用可承载的材料和对应的符号将获得的力量固定下来。制作者可自行设定开启咒文，念完咒文并灌注灵性后，在3秒钟内丢向目标即可发挥作用。不过，低级符咒的灵性会衰减，每2周就要重新制作一次。在职业者小队与瑞尔比伯对战前，队长交给克莱恩的
okay. I just kind of thought that these are just random as support equipments that, you know, the Nighthawks have, but it kind of is, bro. But there's like a specific distinction in it.
银质卡片就是符咒，叫做沉眠符咒，是黑夜教会的常见低阶符咒，效果类似于邓恩和伦纳德让人宁静、让人入睡的吟唱，会让目标沉眠。好啦，今天的神秘学课。
That was a lot. The charm stuff, the spell stuff there, it kind of went over my head, but basically one-time things, and you know, it can get, you know, less efficacy with more uses, and you got to keep making them, but that's pretty cool. I think the most significant thing, I guess, is, I mean, the artifact stuff was pretty cool, and you know, the numbering system of it, how it also parallels the sequence pathways, right? The pathways and the sequence numbers, and you know, the actual, like, what I think is really funny is like the different descriptions in how, like, let's say for example, the poet gets ability to climb. It's like more agile. It's like, how does that fucking make any sense? And the fact that Klein SEER pathway, we'll have to see what the next sequence, you know, numbers, the naming schemes are, but it's kind of funny because we have like a SEER and clown, and could you imagine if there again is like a tightrope walker? We'll have to see acrobatic, you know, knife juggler, unicycle rider.
好啦，今天的神秘学课堂就到这里啦，你们慢慢消化和巩固。我们下节课见。See
you next time. That's pretty much it. Shout out to Merlin Sparrow for the translations, but not just the translations, bro. The, what's it called? The actual like censoring of, you know, the potential spoilers, because you know, it's like, if I saw the raw version, we wouldn't have gotten that. So big ups to Merlin Sparrow. Thank you for being insightful and covering the, you know, the censorship. Here's a link to the video. Go give it a like. Check out their channel for more Lord of the Mysteries content. See you next time.